How many of these are you doing?
This is my first one.
Okay.
And we're going to spotlight an agent each month in our
Nice.
newsletter. And
Oh,
so
nice.
last month was Eva Garcia because she's done some really great volunteer with providing PPE and through her city. So we spotlighted her. But this month, because Annie, I wanted to choose you. I chose you because lots of reasons. You've been a member for a really long time.
Right.
And you've been president twice.
Right.
And you were the listing agent on my home when I first purchased
yes.
in 1989, 30
right.
years ago,
right.
when I got into the business to begin with. And
right.
so I think you are a great representative for us.
Oh, cool.
And maybe you can tell us a little bit about why you joined Women's Council. It was a long time ago, if you remember.
I did have to remember that. And I was trying, are we recording now?
Yes.
Okay, so on the way here, I thought, okay, when did I join? And I know I've been president twice, but who made me do that? And honest to goodness, I cannot remember who recruited me, and I apologize for that. But as a new agent, and I was licensed in 79, so I'm going into 41 years, right? But I didn't have a lot of confidence in myself, and I always felt intimidated by experienced agents. So, for whatever reason, and whoever talked me into it, a lot of that reasoning was that, oh, I would know these people that I was presenting contracts to, or they were bringing me a contract. So, being familiar with your competition, I think, is just a great thing to do. And through that, I remember my first year, it was a gal up in Sacramento. God help me, I can't remember her name. But anyhow, uh, we did 4 referrals together in the first couple of months. And I went, oh, why didn't I do this sooner? And it's always been a nice go-to when I need to refer somebody. So I know that with being a part of this council, that I'm going to have a well-educated, classy person to work with. And when you say, hey, I see you're a WCR member, oh, so am I. And then you start talking about the club. And it's just a great benefit to know who you're dealing with. Don't you think? It's like getting that seller that you sold the home to, but because they loved you, they called you back for you to come and sell it. So it's just that kind of thing. Just always been a very positive influence on me and my career, and hopefully the people that I've recruited into it. And I remember at many agents that I said, oh, you gotta go just join it. You'll see, you gotta go just join it. And then after they do, they go, oh, thanks, Annie. What a great idea. So
yeah, we do provide a lot of education.
I know you do.
And we try to come up with at least 4 per year meetings where we can get new agents out to give them some piece of new
what you do.
Yeah, new education that can get them up. Social media, it's becoming more and more prevalent in our market today. What have you picked up from our group to help you keep current?
Well, just getting your letters, the letters, and then looking at the national letters at anything they provide. Knowledge is priceless. You can't put a price on that. So it's kind of like whenever you go to a rally or a seminar, you may say, oh, I've been here before. No, okay. But then that person up there's always got something new. So you learn something new all the time. It's a wonderful treat when now, of course, when you can just get on the computer and you're learning something and it didn't cost you anything. That's fun too, right? So the education, I think, is just insurmountable. It's wonderful. And I think it gave me a lot of confidence that I was doing the right thing with my clients, and just loving the camaraderie. Gals like to be together and gossip or whatever, but it's a wonderful group to be a part of.
Now, in your career, you've mentored a lot of agents,
yes,
some of which are very active members in our group.
Right. Now, remember, I got them there. Okay.
I know. So That continues. And you have a
Yes.
group now. About how many do you have
There's
in your
12.
Wow,
There's
I didn't
12
realize
of
you had
us.
that many.
Well, I know because we're all out there in computer land, you know. Yeah, I believe we have 12, unless somebody's left yesterday, but I haven't heard that. And it's a nice, I have a couple of agents that I just feel so good about that they're not very active out there. But they know that they can call me anytime and get my opinion or hopefully the right advice, on a transaction. But, I was thinking about that. I think I have at one point when I was a master franchisor for National Real Estate Service, I had over 650 agents, that I would be in front of in the course of the year. And I just felt that they felt I was a benefit, and they were a benefit to me because when you have new people and you're training them, you're learning again, and maybe that new thing you learned at an educational meeting popped in your head again, and you could share that with them.
Now, do you have your PMN? It
I
used to be called.
Oh no, I have my what was that? Now we had the LTG,
Yes.
right?
Leadership Training Group.
Leadership, right? Leadership Training Group, and I also have my RRC. And I don't know if you guys still do that, but you could only that was a referral. Let's see, real estate referral network or something.
Well, it's transformed now to our PMN, which is our Performance Management Network.
Okay.
It's still available to agents. And once they have this, I don't know if everyone realizes, once you have your PMN, at that point you're eligible to be reimbursed for other educational courses that you take that are sponsored by NAR and CAR.
Yeah.
So what would you tell your team now, and how are you keeping in contact with them during this pandemic?
Well, everything is either on the phone. I'm big on the phone. I mean, the texting's okay, but I get a lot more out of hearing your voice as to whether I think you're desperate or happy or not, And so phone, text, and emails, and Zoom, right?
Right.
FaceTime. I mean, that's kind of fun. Thank God I see my grandkids that way, because we're in the old group, the old family group, we're not really allowed to be around the babies, you see. So, it's kind of hard. We have a new grandbaby, he's 5 months old. I've only got to hold it one time so far. So, but thank goodness we get the pictures, and videos. So it's a crazy time, but at least we have that much,
Well, that's what I like about our e-newsletter. We came out with it just this year, not knowing that this was going to happen. So thank goodness.
Yeah.
Started it early in the year, and now every month we're going to get a new piece.
That's wonderful.
And what can you say to our new agents out there today? Some piece of advice.
Piece of advice: don't be so hard on yourself. Admit when you're wrong. Grab whatever happened, by the tail and fix it. Don't be afraid to say or say I made a mistake. It's so much easier than beating around the bush, Get all the education you can get, because even though you may feel like you already know so much, I remember after my first year in the business, I thought, man, I got this down pat. This is a piece of cake. I was one of those fast producers, 5 deals in like my second month and and then comes the second year and you go through more reality with some of these offers, and realize how much I didn't know. So, just take heed, learn as much as you can, and ask. I think any agent that I have mentored can tell you that I was always reachable. Even on trips, I'd have people call me at my time. Their time was daytime, my time was nighttime. You just need to feel comfortable with who your mentor is. And I think I gave that to these folks. Yeah, and have a mentor. Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Well, we've enjoyed having you be an example to all of us.
Well, my
appreciate
pleasure.
your years serving as our president, and we hope you remain a member for a long time.
Oh, I will.
Because our gals and men, we have men agents as well.
And that's very nice
members,
of you.
yes, that really learn from your example, and we appreciate you.
Oh, how
Thank you for
wonderful.
taking time to do this interview with me
Thank
today.
you. I could comb
And
my hair, put
spotlight.
my makeup on. It was very exciting to get dressed up again.
I know, and we have our mask.
We have our mask. We have our mask.
We're being safe.
Right.
Okay.
Well, thank you. Well, my pleasure. Thank you for having me.